Dog walking.
Lee and Judy on campus see Miguel rushing past them.
Hey, Miguel, wait up.
Guys, I am so late. My class went long, and I'm due downtown in 5 minutes.
What's downtown?
I do this dog walking thing. 4 dogs once a day, 5 days a week.
Dog walking? I didn't take you for a dog lover.
Well, the money's good. And on top of that, I love dogs.
Yeah, but 4 at a time? I'd be so stressed.
Actually, they're pretty easy to handle.
Don't you have to clean up after them?
That's when I earn my pay.
It's great to have a daily relationship with some kind of pet.
And get paid for it as well.
Yeah, I love dogs. Too bad pets are off limits in my dorm.
Now I'm glad I live at home. I'd be so bummed if I had to leave my cat behind. I wonder if there's such a thing as a cat walker.
Like you could even get a cat on a leash.
So, what's the deal at your dorm? No pets at all?
It's totally pet-free. No goldfish, no gerbils, not even roaches.
Now that's good news. Well, if you're really into pets, Judy, you should talk to my Uncle Bill.
Doesn't he work at a runaway shelter for people?
Yeah, but he also helps this volunteer program that hooks up senior citizens with dogs and cats.
What's that all about?
It's like therapy. Just the presence of an animal can be therapeutic.
Oh, I've read about this in a textbook. Doesn't being around animals lower your blood pressure or something?
Absolutely. Just petting something furry makes you feel better. I could be into this. How does it work?
You go to places like nursing homes and senior centers.
Do we bring our own pet?
You could. The ASPCA also donates pets for the afternoon.
Sounds like rent-a-pet.
Yeah, but the neat thing is, you get to share your love of dogs with people who really need the contact with animals and with people.
I love this idea of bonding people to living nature.
But where would you find the time to do this?
Time! Miguel, aren't you running late?
I gotta run. It's a good thing dogs can't tell time.
Tell that to their bladders.
Donating clothing.
Lee is in her bedroom. Judy walks in. What's this pile of clothes doing on the floor?
I'm a bit behind schedule, but I'm doing my spring cleaning. Would you like to help?
Sure, but it looks to me like you're making a mess.
About twice a year, I go through my closets to see what I don't wear anymore. It's either too old or out of style.
Heaven forbid that you not be au courant.
You're missing the point here.
What is the point?
It's a shame to let these clothes just sit in my closet when there are people out there who don't have enough clothes on their backs.
You mean you're giving these clothes away?
Exactly. Our family's been doing it since I can remember. Later on, Jason's coming by to take them to the Salvation Army.
Couldn't you donate them to the runaway shelter?
I could, but we've been dropping off our old clothes at the same place for years. They don't just distribute them to needy people like the homeless.
What do they do with them?
They have this huge disaster relief service that helps people all over the world, like for the hurricane victims in Central America.
I'm not so sure this heavy wool turtleneck will go over big in a warm place.
Don't be silly. They'll sell that at their thrift shops. That's one of the ways they raise money for other causes.
You know, I don't think I've ever been in one of their thrift shops.
Judy, they're great for bargains. I'll take you to one tomorrow.
I think their drop-off hours are ending soon.
Okay. I'll get the bags.
And I'll start folding the clothes.
And I'll empty out the rest of my closet.
Don't get rid of everything.
Well, if we're going shopping tomorrow, I'll need room for my new clothes.
Judy and Lee are shopping at a thrift shop around campus. I love this thrift shop, Lee. All I expected were clothes, but look at all of this bric-a-brac.
Yeah, it's like shopping in my grandmother's attic.
I guess one person's junk is another person's treasure.
Hey, check out these pink flamingo salt and pepper shakers.
And look at this polka dot tie.
Can you imagine the person who used to wear it?
I'm not sure if this stuff is retro or just plain old.
Oh, no! You're not going to believe this. Recognize it?
Didn't I see you wearing that jacket last semester?
This is insane. I was actually thinking of buying my own donation bag.
School uniform debate.
Miguel and Lee are discussing possible topics for a documentary that Miguel wants Lee to help him shoot for one of his journalism classes.
So, who picks the topic for this documentary? You or your journalism professor?
Well, the broad topic is education, but we can take any slant we want. I was considering this new policy that requires all public school kids in the lower grades to wear uniforms.
That's a real hot issue these days, and it's not entirely resolved. So you'd be right in the thick of it.
That's what I like about it. I could present an argument for both sides.
Have you done the research?
Not yet. Don't you have a cousin in elementary school? What's the deal at her school?
It's kind of odd. The school chancellor established this citywide policy, yet it's not mandatory.
It's not?
No. Take the school my cousin Emma goes to. It's got this great academic reputation, the envy of the school district. So, they've decided not to wear uniforms.
I guess they figure, if it isn't broken, don't fix it.
But that's at the heart of the issue. Will wearing a uniform fix the school?
Good point. I went to parochial school. We wore uniforms.
Did it make you a better student?
I think it made me more disciplined and less materialistic.
I can't believe my ears. Miguel, the fashion plate, actually liked wearing uniforms?
It wasn't that exactly. It's like you didn't even think about clothes. It was a given. You could focus on academics.
I'll tell you what. I'm volunteering at Family Reading Day next week at Emma's school.
Family Reading Day?
Yeah. Once a month, the first graders can ask anyone they know to come to class and read with them. Anyway, I can bring you.
And your camera?
Yes, me, you, and my camera. All three of us will steal a moment with the principal to talk about this issue.
Actually, I'm finding this Family Reading Day a little more interesting. Tell me more about it.
It's a way to make kids excited about reading. Their parents take off from work, neighbors show up, even cousins like me volunteer.
All to celebrate reading. I think the only time my folks ever came to my school was to vote.
Oh, I know. But it's so different at this school. They really involve the family and the whole community.
And it seems to make a real impact.
Sounds more effective than school uniforms.
Lee, I think you just helped me find my journalistic angle for our documentary.
The University Career Services.
Judy bumps into Lee on campus. Lee, I'm heading over to the student union. Want to come?
What's at the student union?
The computer lab. I want to see what kinds of jobs are posted on the Career Services online bulletin board.
You're looking for a job? Aren't you forgetting you're a student?
I'm not looking for a career or anything. Just a little something.
Like Miguel's dog walking job?
Right. Something part-time. I could use a little spending money.
Who couldn't? So, what kinds of jobs do they list?
Come and see for yourself. Lee and Judy are hooked up to the internet at the student union's computer lab. See? As long as you have a valid ID, you can access the Career Services website.
Look at all of these listings. Scroll down to film studios or production companies. See if they're looking for any interns.
Now who's looking for a job?
I'm just interested in seeing what's out there.
Let's see.
Hey, look! A couple of places on the West Coast have summer intern programs. I could be into that.
I can just see you in LA wearing shades and driving a convertible.
It might be nice to get out of the city this summer.
Didn't you say you wanted to be a serious filmmaker?
I do. But I wouldn't mind the experience.
Promise me you won't go Hollywood on us.
Please. Besides, I've already got something lined up for the summer, right here in New York.
You do?
Uh-huh. I went to one of those student job fairs last month.
Where companies do on-campus recruiting?
Right. And I did a little networking. It seems that there's this independent film studio just dying to get their hands on ambitious film students like me.
So why are we wasting time doing a job search for you?
I guess I can access all this on my computer at home. Let's focus on you. What kind of part-time job are you looking for?
No big thing. I'm already overwhelmed by my studies, but I can be pretty flexible with my time.
Here's something. Woman is looking for someone to pick up her kids from school every day and drop them off at their after-school activities.
That's not even babysitting. It's more like hand-holding. I could handle that. Where does she live? Close by?
Totally. Right here in the village.
Let me fill out the application and submit it. My new job could be a computer click away.
Jeff, in the future, we'll probably have to redefine the concept of spare time. With technology taking over a lot of the workload, I have a feeling people might have more time to spare for themselves.
Likely. Regarding spare time, technology is definitely a double-edged sword.
I know what you mean. Many of us carry our cell phones and portable PCs when we're on vacation. We just might remain as workaholic as we are today.
We're constantly in touch with everyone, but out of touch with ourselves and our dear ones.
True. Statistics show that on the average, Americans have more free time now, but spend less doing things with their families or pursuing constructive activities like adult education or volunteer work. Instead, they're sitting more in front of the TV set.
Yuck. There's an old saying, idleness is the devil's workshop. But leisure time can also be a very creative workshop. And in this area, I think, Japan has a lot to teach the world.
That's interesting. Because Japanese often say they don't know what to do in their free time, but only know how to work.
Well, that's true of many Japanese nowadays, maybe. But traditionally, there were lots of very creative ways to spend spare time in Japan. Think of it. Festivals, contests, folk theater, pilgrimages, lots of different arts.
Right. Tea ceremony, bonsai, poetry writing, karate.
Wow, the list just goes on and on. Creative work keeps people young and healthy in mind and body. The arts are going to have a lot more significance in life and education in the century ahead. And Japan's an artistic nation. It can lead the world in this.
So, Jeff, you're saying Japan may become a spare time superpower.
Right. So let's take a little time to think about eating out.